All right, I think I'm on the air. I'm trying out my new camera again. Thank you to Mark Bunker for bringing this to me. And it's my wide cam, which it doesn't seem that wide because I'm still working on some things in my room before I make it fully wide. But anyway, thank you all for coming by Tori Magoo 44. I greatly appreciate each of you coming by. Today, I'm going to talk about, I've been doing my series on Scientology, is it harmful or helpful? This is on the celebrities. And this is a very specific thing for me right now. I'm going to talk about it in the beginning and then we'll move on to some other stuff. There's a gentleman named Mario Fenninger, a wonderful pianist. And hopefully, I'm hoping someone out there is a friend of Mario's who's not a Scientologist, certainly not an ex Scientologist as I am. I knew Mario. I got in Scientology in 1969. When Celebrity started in the early 70s, I met Mario, and he's been an incredible person. He's supported Scientology for years and years and years. I'm going to put a link in here by Tony Ortega, who kind of explains the whole story. But basically, he needs some help, and he won't take it from suppressive people like us. So I'm asking someone out there who might know him, a friend of his, a student, someone, to get with him. Don't mention my name. Don't mention this video because he won't take any help if you hear this. And to the Church of Scientology, if you're listening to this, good Lord, shame on all you people. This man is 90 years old. He's helped you for years supporting Scientology. And now, when he's in need, you're saying he can't take any money from one of his students who wanted to help him out because they're declared suppressive. How pathetic is that? That is how pathetic you are, Scientology. And as long as you do these things, that's why people aren't joining your church. And they never will. And that's really, in my opinion, why you're not a church, because you do things that are so creepy. They're so, as Judge Breckenridge said, they're a mafia-like organization, and this kind of stuff shows it. So anyway, the point is, if you can help Mario, please do. And Mario, I'm sorry I'm mentioning this. If you hear it, I know you're going to be going, "Hey, what is this girl doing?" But to a friend, just get in touch with him and find out if you can help him. Maybe he's already handled it, but if he still needs help, I would greatly appreciate it. As far as the rest of the celebrities, first of all, here's a couple of things. People come to Los Angeles. There's thousands of them that want to be stars, right? And most of the routine here is, well, when you're big, come see us. That's how the studios are. But Scientology kind of plugged into that and said, hey, come on in. We'll help you out. We'll get your career going. You can come hear Nancy Cartwright. It's a free seminar. And people are like, okay, I'll do that. I mean, it is pretty comfy to come somewhere where people are welcoming celebrities. The problem is they do help you a little bit get going. And the rest of it is get on this course. You need this auditing. You need PTS handling. You got to go get an ethics, blah, blah, blah. And pretty soon you're in the Scientology Truman Show. They've cut off all your friends. They've pretty much cut off most of your family if they're not for Scientology. And now you're in this little teeny show. You're not really connected to the world that much because they don't want you too connected to the world, because if you were, then you're going to find out these things that they don't want you to know. So it starts out kind of like a lot of things in Scientology. Seems like it's good, looks like it's good, but in the end, they end up doing these very negative things. Tom Cruise is a perfect example. I mean, how many people saw him leaping on Oprah's couch, freaking out, flipping out, and then saying to Matt Lauer, "I know the source of psychiatry, you don't." It was like, oh my God. I had said for years on the internet to David Miscavige, because they were doing all this fair game stuff to me, flattening my tires, breaking off my rearview mirror, different things around here, and never enough to call the police, but just enough to, kind of screw with me. And I kept saying, karma's going to come your way, and it's going to be something you least expect. I never planned on Tom Cruise, but I knew it was going to be something that he would never, ever plan on because he'd hurt enough people. I knew it was going to nail him big. And when I saw Tom Cruise doing that to Matt Lauer, I went, bing, go, karma has hit. And it did, man. I did interview after interview after interview at that time. It was amazing. And so has Scientology helped his career? Now let's face it. I mean, he's a big star, but he's a big star in his own right. The same for John Travolta. I helped supervise John Travolta with some other ladies years ago down on A Street, and he was a great guy. He came in a great guy. Do you know what I mean? He was John Travolta. He was on his motorcycle and, just this sexy guy. He was great. And he was a good actor back then, and that he came in with that. I don't think he became a better actor from that. What happens when you get in Scientology is you tend to start assigning anything that you can do is because of Scientology. And is it really? I mean, that was part of my waking up. I realized my communication wasn't because of their communication course. My parents were great communicators. My dad was a broadcaster on TV. My mother majored in journalism and was in every community, everything you can think of. And so I kind of grew up in a PR family, and that's where I got the skills that I have. And my mother used to say that because I'd say, "Oh, I'm so much better." And she'd say, "You know what, Tori? You're really just growing up. That's what happens when you grow up. You get a little bit smarter, you get a little bit wiser, you have more experience under your belt. That's what happens. You're growing up." And that's really it. And I started realizing, you know what? She's right. And plus, I started thinking about all the people I knew, including the celebrities. And had they really changed that much with Scientology? No, not really. I know a lot of them. I knew Juliette Lewis when she was this high. She lived across the street from me. And she was a cutie pie then. And she's done some good acting, but I don't think it has anything to do with Scientology again. And they can correct me if they're wrong. Come on over and talk to me. Tell me I'm completely wrong. They won't. And that should be your first indicator. They can't. Why can't? Why can a church tell you what you can say, what you can look at, what books you can read? Those are very weird things to happen for a church to tell you those kind of things. So in my opinion, in my undivided opinion, I would say no, Scientology. I think they do help any kind of person that wants to get into acting in the beginning. Not that I'd say go there, because there's other places that can help you too. And Scientology is a giant trap. They've got good cheese in there and it looks good. But man, you get in it, it's very hard to get out of. That's the thing. And most of the stars, I mean, there's really a couple of big stars. John Travolta, Tom Cruise. I mean, Paul Haggis left. Jason Begay left. And has been very vocal, both of them. Thank you both. And hopefully some others will wake up and leave too. It's a really good thing. And I do hope if you stay, you start taking responsibility for these families that are broken up, mothers and fathers that can't talk to their kids. I can't talk to my ex-husband because of Scientology. It isn't you. People are trying to say, "Oh, we don't have disconnection." Bullshit. You don't have disconnection. It's absolutely in writing on my SP Declare, and I've showed it to you a million times. Yes, you do. So don't try to say you don't. It just makes you out to be giant liars. So anyway, if there's anyone out there who is a friend of Mario Finninger, please call him. Please go over there. Help him. He needs it. And that includes Scientologists. If you hear this, do something about it. Your religion's always talking about be responsible. Well, be responsible, for Christ's sake. This is a wonderful man who has done wonderful things for Scientology for years. And now he needs some help. So help him. And if it isn't a Scientologist, that's even better, because then we know he'll take it. And don't mention my video at all, because that'll absolutely negate it right there. So there you go. If you're an artist, there's a lot of ways that you can get in Hollywood without going to Scientology. A lot. So you have to just keep networking, keep outflowing, keep talking to people, and keep training. Keep learning. Get better at your skills. All right. So there you go. I love you guys. Thank you again for everything that you do. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to put some links to Tony. He's also doing a fun voting thing for the people that are the most, the merchants of chaos. And I think it's me and Karen De La Care are going to be, you can choose between one of us, but there's other people before us. L. Ron Hubbard started out, he and another guy, that was the first two. And I'll put the link here and you can vote. And then tomorrow we said they're going to have some other people. I think Nancy Maney and the Master and, a few other ones. So anyway, stick with it and vote with it. It's kind of fun. It's a fun thing to do. Tony always comes up with good things. So there you go. Peace out. I love you all and take care.